Guys, what's up? It's Justin Marc, and in this 3-part video series, we're going to be talking about the fundamentals of game, the fundamentals of pickup, and the fundamentals of having extreme high-level dating success as a man. Now, if you don't know who I am, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert. Over the last 8 years, I've traveled to 50+ countries, worked with thousands of guys, teaching them how to have extremely high-level dating results in a very consensual and respectful way, pretty much teaching the top performers of men how to have an even better dating life. Because, as a man, you can go out, make lots of money, get yourself an amazing body, and really get a handle on everything in life. Maybe it's money, maybe it's great family relationships. But what I find is a lot of guys, they get all these things. They drive a nice car, they have an amazing fucking job, they're absolutely fucking jacked, and then they get their girl stolen, their girl cheats on them, or they're just not happy with the quality of relationships. And when I say relationships, I mean intimate relationships. They're not happy with the quality of those relationships or the quantity of those relationships in their life. And it's funny because a lot of the things that you do as a man, oftentimes it's to attract women. It's to find your ideal partner. And so in this 3-part video series, we're gonna dig really fucking deep. And we're gonna talk about the fundamentals to ensure you have very long-term, hardcore success. So sit back, let's jump straight in. Make sure to watch part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this 3-part video series, and let's jump straight into it. Guys, fundamentals of game, part 1. So it's interesting because a lot of guys, they go through their life not getting the results they want to get. When I got into pickup, when I got into learning how to have success in my dating life, I was kind of forced into it because I was just essentially tired of being passive all my life, kind of getting picked on even by a lot of my friends. And when I was at a very high level, I kind of realized that if I just reframed things in my head, or if I just, inserted my authority as a man, things would have gone in my favor. I remember in 7th grade, there was this woman who said, "You're such a loser." And I think I was like, "Well, you're a bitch." And she started crying and told the teacher on me. And I was like, well, she called me a loser. And many years later, I realized that this girl probably was flirting with me. She probably was trying to hit on me. And I had a flashback to kindergarten where this girl was chasing me around trying to kiss me. And then I realized that this woman probably had a crush on me for 8 years and I never realized it. She probably tried to be my friend. I was too socially awkward, too nervous, too much anxiety, and too emotionally unintelligent to even realize that a woman could be attracted to me. And because of this, I probably burned so many friendships, so many relationships, maybe even set others up for deep emotional trauma without even realizing it. And in your life, you probably have so much emotional trauma from your childhood, your upbringing, your parents, that honestly, those people probably didn't even realize they caused you this emotional trauma, but you're carrying around day to day and you're not dealing with it and it runs you. It's in control of your brain and you're not getting the results you want to get in life. And that's why if you look at the average guy, they have a pretty shitty career. Most guys will go to university, get a credential, college diploma, maybe a degree, and then they'll end up working in some other field of work unrelated to what they spent years of their life studying or unrelated to what they're actually passionate about and what makes them happy. And then what they do is they make really low amounts of money in comparison to the amount of value they could potentially provide to the world. And then they kind of hope they get lucky. They hope that, one of their coworkers hits on them. They kind of hope that when they're drunk at the bar, they kind of hit on a girl and maybe that girl becomes your girlfriend, and they don't realize that their girl might even be cheating on you behind your back. They might not realize that girl might not be the best partner for you. And then you get married, have a couple kids, pump them out, retire, die, and maybe even through there you get divorced 1 or 2 times, rinse and repeat this horrible cycle of depression and having a shitty life, and that's your whole life. Your whole life is this shitty fucking experience of mediocrity and lack of success. Instead of traveling the world, having fun, meeting amazing people, having deep, passionate relationships, amazing fucking friendships, amazing experiences, and meeting beautiful women, going on beautiful dates, having hot, spicy intimacy whenever you want. You could be doing that every single fucking day, whenever you want. So I'm gonna tell you how I went from, chode to player, from, loser to winner, to really in a few years taking my life from, being nothing more than a average 5'4" Indian dude to living an incredible fucking life beyond my fucking dreams. In a few hours, I'm actually jumping on a flight with a bunch of cool people, about a dozen of us. We're gonna go fly to some mountains, party it up, hang out, probably have like a fucking orgy or something, and honestly just have a lot of fucking fun, go skiing, go snowboarding, snowmobiling, all this cool stuff, and a lot of fun, magical adventures, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't mean to come off like a douchebag. I don't mean to come off like a degenerate, but the reason I speak like this is to really filter out the people this video is not for. If you want to live an average life, if you are happy working your boring 9 to 5, dating average women, having an average experience of what we call life, then click off this video right fucking now. I don't want you to watch my content. I don't want you part of my network. I don't want you to consume this material. You don't deserve it. If you want to really learn how to transform your life beginning to end, I want you right now to watch this 3-part video series, beginning to end, part 1, part 2, and part 3, and we'll transform your entire fucking life together. I got a couple hours to kill, so let's dig deep, let's talk about this, and let's actually transform your fucking life to a level you can't even imagine. So let's draw it back a little bit. I grew up very conservative, very religious, going to church 2 to 3 times a week growing up in my very Catholic family. Went to Catholic school, very strict upbringing, and it eventually brought me to being very confused. I had the incorrect thoughts. So you watching this video, depending on where you're at in your journey with this material, you may have some incorrect thoughts, you might have a lot of incorrect thoughts, and what we want to do is we want to unwire these incorrect thoughts. Okay, we want to unwire the social conditioning, the incorrect thoughts that are running you, that are holding you back. Okay, we have a lot of myths that are holding you back. So here's a good example of this. I got a comment today saying, Justin, don't you feel like a bad person for hooking a lot of girls and not committing monogamously to one woman? You gotta know something crazy. You gotta want to know something crazy here, okay? I love having relationships. I love falling in love. I think it's an amazing, beautiful experience. But what's funny is most women actually don't even want that. A lot of women, they want to meet a cool guy who's non-judgmental, who they can have fun with, maybe they can have threesomes with. On the weekend, I had a threesome and then someone broke my window while I was having a threesome. Okay, I don't know what happened. A bunch of dudes show up to a house party I was having, and next thing you know, the window's broken. I was locked in my room with this beautiful dancer and this cute light-skinned virgin chick, and the three of us were having this weird threesome dynamic thing. It was pretty weird and fun and interesting. And it's funny because one of these girls I'm hooking up with, seeing, casually dating, she pretty much made it very clear she likes me, but she does not want a monogamous relationship. Fair enough. But she feels open enough to tell me that. A lot of women, they are so tired of falling in love and having their boyfriend cheating on them. They're so tired of having some controlling man trying to tell them what to do. A lot of women don't want the typical monogamous relationship dynamic in modern society. So when I am personally dating, I come from this very high level belief system of understanding female psychology, understanding how dating and relationships work. And since I'm so chill, I just go with the flow. I'm totally fucking cool, and I set my boundaries, my expectations of what I want and expect very early in, and I kind of come off with this incredibly intense, almost you could say fuckboy energy in a very consensual, open, and respectful way. It kind of sets the expectation of, hey, we're just gonna date casually, have fun, be friends, and you can hook up with other people, I'm gonna hook up with other people, but we're still gonna come back to each other, have fun, and maybe even love each other, but everything's fucking cool, right? So you wanna really rewire your thoughts and realize women love sex. Women love casual sex. Everybody loves casual sex. Everybody loves casual sex. And when there's judgment-free, drama-less casual sex that's consensual and respectful, and everyone's winning, and everyone thinks, wow, last night was fucking awesome. The same way if you were to have a hot one-night stand with a beautiful woman and, go home, tell your fucking brother about it or tell your friends about it, be like, yo, this was so cool. you want the girl to feel the same way. And so you want to make sure she feels that she's with a winner, okay? And so you want to kind of rewire your thoughts around these types of relationship dynamics. Now, here's the problem. Media, movies, Netflix movies, all these romantic novels, romantic movies, like fucking, I don't know, like Harry Potter or whatever these weird things that you experienced growing up through television, social media, the internet, music, right? Rap music. All this puts this idea in your head of like falling in love, monogamy, right? And it really destroys society because everyone is seeking love in relationships in like marriage, when if you actually think about it, statistically speaking, the divorce rate's like 50 to 70%, right? And if you think about most relationships, like 90 to 99% of relationships that are monogamous will end. Statistically speaking, open relationships last 3 times as long on average as monogamous relationships, right? And so when you can actually realize these facts, you can actually start dating in a more fun way that's actually more win-win long-term for everybody involved. There's less trauma around. You're not giving anyone else emotional trauma. They're not giving you emotional trauma because now you're coming from logic, not emotion. Now you're coming from, reality and not just like being run by your subconscious brain that has been socially conditioned to have these weird expectations. So you really need to understand that your life can change day to day. When you speak to people, when you build these relationships, when you actually go out and meet people, be social. And what that means is you need to actually get in the habit of being social. You need to change your thoughts from being someone who's kind of antisocial and having these wrong, incorrect belief systems. It's kind of funny because almost everybody who's very sexually active, we're all in kind of this like secret society, this secret circle. It's funny because like almost any city I go to, it's like me and my friends are all hooking up with the same girls. It's kind of weird how that works. All the women who are sexually active will be on Tinder hooking up with all the guys who are also, in that top ranking of guys on Tinder or nightclubs or social circle, right? So what I find is, a lot of my friends are some of the top dating coaches, top pickup coaches, promoters, influencers, and we're all kind of just hooking up with the same attractive, sexually active women. It's funny how that works. I remember being in Mexico City with my buddy Brad, and he had a cute Tinder date for Saturday. And he comes home to the apartment just to see my buddy Chris on a date with the girl Brad was supposed to meet with on Saturday. It's funny how we're all matching the same girls, we're all meeting the same girls, we're all in the same dating pool, okay? All the attractive people who are having this fun, dramaless, carefree sexual activities and experiences, we're all in the kind of that same like little dating pool, right? And so once you can actually realize that and realize that it's kind of this like secret society, as long as you're not judging everyone, as long as you're consensual and respectful, as long as you're not coming from a place of like being weird, creepy, or imposing on people's boundaries, you're kind of like accepted into this unspoken of secret club of cool, attractive people who are hooking up. It's crazy because oftentimes I will hook up with girls and they're hooking up with like rappers or influencers. I will hook up with girls who are hooking up with my favorite YouTubers. I will hook up with girls who are hooking up with all these like famous rappers and shit. Recently, I hooked up with this beautiful girl who, is like fuck buddies with some rapper named Token. I never even heard of this guy, right? And it really gives you perspective. The most attractive people typically tend to be the ones who are most open-minded to this way of thinking, and therefore you are now part of this game. You're part of this dating pool. You're part of this secret society of cool, attractive people who are hooking up. So essentially what you do is you got to believe it's possible. You got to believe that you can be this person. Because if you didn't believe that you could be this person, you're not even going to try to alter your behavior to become this person. Because at the end of the day, if you want a woman to be attracted to you, if you want to be attractive in general, typically women don't necessarily just look at how you look. How you look is important, but more than that, it's how you behave. Because your sub-communications, your underlying behaviors, your body language, your face, your vocal projection, your tonality, the way you carry yourself, your body language, your vibe, your overall demeanor, your sub-communications is really what conveys your level of status, your level of authority, your level of value. Because women, what they do is they have this thing in their brain that essentially does something called value scanning. And when they're value scanning, they're constantly value scanning. They're looking to see, is this guy a winner or a loser? Where is this guy in comparison to me? And they can tell from your body language. It's almost like a barcode. They're kind of scanning to figure out what level are you playing at. And so when a woman can see that, okay, you are not a loser, you are a winner, well, now you are perceived to be attractive because your body language is authoritative, squared up, alpha, confident, go-getter. You got that confident look in your eye, attentive eye contact, seductive eye contact. And you're doing this naturally, not forcing it, not being weird and forcing it, but this is not you doing it, this is you being it. You're being, not doing. You are this person, you're being this person, you're not doing this. You're not trying to pick up a girl. You're not doing pickup. You are this person. You're being this attractive being. This is who you are, okay? And when a woman can see that, you're just attractive. It's just how it is. And so even if you're short, even if you're scrawny, even if you're not the best looking person, well, from your body language and your character development, from your experiences that you've had, now you are attractive. It's interesting how that works. But the problem is, if you didn't believe you could be this person in the first place, you won't seek out these experiences that would make you this person in the first place, because you need to become this person. It's almost like when you level up to being that person, you need to go through this like coming of age experience, this almost, manhood leveling up experiences. So one amazing way to do this is travel. Another great way is go to nightclubs and experience experiences. Whether good or bad, these experiences build you and that becomes you, right? Having stories, having memories, making friends, and that all in turn over years and years and years builds layers on top of who you are, and that makes you a lot more of a well-rounded and attractive person. So essentially what you want to do is you want to unwire what you think is reality. What you want to do is you want to unwire these incorrect belief systems society has put on you. You want to consciously think about your belief systems, maybe even from politics, like, everyone's saying, fuck Donald Trump, or Joe Biden is a weirdo, or whatever these political beliefs, it's like, where did that come from? Did that come from your conscious thoughts, or did it come from the government, media, social media, television, your friends, subconsciously programming your brain? Then you want to consciously think about your entire life. If you actually think about your entire life, your diet, your relationships, your entire, even your career, whatever it is you're doing in life, a lot of these things that you think are your conscious thoughts are absolutely not your fucking conscious thoughts. This is what, your environment shaped you into being. You're really just a product of your environment. And what you want to do is you want to consciously seek out people who you want to be similar to. You become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, right? So if you think about this, right? Your education, your experiences, your subjective experiences that are unique to you have shaped you into being this person. So if you're not happy with your dating life, your results you're getting right now, you want to consciously, over time, start putting yourself around the people who are getting the results you want to get, right? And you're gonna find that most of the highest level people, they're pretty cool fucking people. They're not these secret evil people. They're not these secret people who know these secrets. They're just normal people who went through their own subjective experiences and became their version of what they are, right? And once you can stick around those people, you're gonna kind of pick up on their behaviors naturally over time and then become similar. It's interesting how that works. And so what's really crazy is probably the number one thought that's holding you back. The number one thing is you're probably very negative. A lot of beautiful women, they want to be around good energy. Women are so subject to their emotions. And one of the number one principles of game, of pickup, of understanding human behavior and using that to have an amazing dating life is understanding the law of state transference. The law of state transference essentially means people feel what you feel, right? So based off of brain mirror neurons, what you're feeling inside, others will feel. And what that means is if you can generate positive emotions within, we're gonna talk about that in part 2. If you can generate that within, well, people are gonna feel amazing around you. So once you can constantly be in this high vibrational state, this high happiness, this high degree of quality of life experiences, and just feel amazing all the fucking time, well, people wanna be around that. You want to wake up. You want to feel awake, feel present, be here right now in the moment, and actually wake up to reality and just be here right now and then feel fucking good. I want you to feel it right now. Feel good. Feel good. Feel it right now. Feel what it's like to be alive, be awake, and feel good right now. And once you can feel that, you're going to actually just feel naturally amazing. And once you can constantly remember how that feels and feel that 24/7, people feel that around you. And amazing way you can do this is doing the 10-day positivity challenge. What the 10-day positivity challenge is staying in this delusional state of positivity by ensuring that anytime you're even feeling a little bit negative, either physically, through your speaking or around people, or even mentally in your own head, thinking about negative experiences, you want to cut yourself out of it. Like, as soon as you notice I'm in a negative kind of like thought pattern, thought loop, you want to cut it out and just be like, positivity, presence, be here right now in this moment, reality right here, right now, in this moment in front of me and in front of you. And then you want to just feel it right now instead of thinking in your head of the past, the future, or anything that's not here right now in this moment. Because what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to train your brain to be here right now and just feel natural happiness from within. We're going to talk about that in part 2 as well. And once you can feel that, you're going to train your brain over 10 days to feel delusional positivity. And what's crazy is as long as you can continue feeling that, people are going to want to be around you. And when people want to be around you, that means women are going to want to be around you. And when you're out and about being social, you're going to attract women to you. It's pretty interesting how that works. Because as long as you can realize that the people who are social attract others to them, and the people who are positive attract others to them, and when you're social and positive, you're going to attract a ton of people to you, well, that's fucking amazing. So you want to attract people to you by being social, going out, being social, talking to people, being out of your comfort zone, speaking to strangers, doing cold approach, being online, being on social media, just going out there, putting yourself out there, out of your comfort zone, and then being incredibly fucking positive and offering tons of value to others through experiences, through emotions, through sharing. Okay, so that's pretty much it for part 1. Make sure to watch part 2 and part 3, and we're gonna end it here. We'll see you in part 2 and 3. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, make sure to watch part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this 3-part video series, and take notes, understand the stuff, and change your life forever. And guys, just remember, my name is Justin Marc, international dating coach and relationship expert. If you guys ever have any questions, but you can actually go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. Go ahead and follow and message me on Instagram at drunkjustin2. Make sure to go add me on Snapchat. Watch my daily Snapchat stories. They're super awesome. And you can even join my Telegram Inner Circle group. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification so you're notified of new videos. And we'll see you very soon. Peace out.